My 65 Dodge Monaco behind me was in desperate need of a major upgrade. So I wanted to tackle a Hemi swap, but do it as cheaply as possible. Now to pull this off, we're not just doing an engine upgrade, we're doing an entire body swap. A few years ago, I bought this 1965 Dodge Monaco that had been sitting for 40 plus years. It was being reclaimed by Mother Nature, so much so that Plant Life had started a garden on the top side. Now it took us an entire day to dig it out, but we got it loaded on the trailer and headed home to assess how bad the damage was. And surprisingly, the car seemed to be solid from the outside, but it hid much more internally than I expected. Now I gave my best efforts to give this seats big block another chance, and it even freed itself enough to spin over. But when there's only 30 psi of cranking pressure on all 8 cylinders, you back up and you gotta punt. I pulled the engine out and tore it completely down to my machine shop that the engine was toast. No biggie, we can rebuild the engine and get it back on the road. Until I began thinking of the major costs that would come from doing so. That was not including everything else like brakes, the fuel system, cooling, and I hadn't even thought about AC or heat. So it sat for a few years until Briar and I decided it was time to resurrect the old girl once again. And one more thing before we get started, I will be at Holly Mo Party September 12th through the 14th in Bowling Green, Kentucky at Beach Bend. Make sure you're there. I'm gonna be bringing whatever this thing is behind me. We're gonna have tons of cool Mopars there. Awesome show. It's a great event that you need to come see because we're gonna be doing a minivan race and I'm driving in it, and maybe you'll see this thing actually running. I hope so. We're still building it as this video is being posted. If you're gonna go, let me know down in the comments below and I'll see you there. Well, hello there. Long time no see. This thing has been sitting here for about 2 years or so. I'm tired of it sitting here. I want to see something done with it. So Briar's going to jack it up and we're going to put some tires on it. I think the back two will hold air. This one's off the bead, and I think the front right will hold. But that's the one that gave me trouble. And this is the one that really made me mad because the drum is so stuck on there. I broke it trying to get it to come loose. I see worms and bugs crawling out of it. That'll roll, right? Hopefully. Come off the bead. Brand new 1970 bias ply. There's a crater she left. There she is up on the trailer. Well, we've got the Monaco in the shop, and today's plan is to get this thing cleaned up so we can have a baseline of what to start with. Now, in the previous videos, I had pressure washed this thing and got it looking, well, pretty good. The interior still looks great. I'm going to bet money this thing's going to need some floor pans. I can see through the floor over there and over there. Oh, golly. It's awkward. Carpet's going with it. There you go. Look at there. Congratulations.
Can I take it home?
What do you think the verdict is? No. Look at the pieces of the seat that was left. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's not great. My carpet, no. We've got that going on. We've got that going on. Yeah. Well, we've got our work cut out for us. Well, guess what? The floors are worse than we had anticipated. And I mean, way worse. I don't know if you can see that up there, but even in the trans tunnel, there's holes. That doesn't happen. I've never seen that happen. Every spot of paneling has rust in it. It's all the way through. Briar's going to vacuum out the rest of it so he can kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with, but there's no just patch it here and there with this floor, unfortunately.
So we're really gonna have to do some brainstorming and see what we can make happen with this.
So great, we're back at square one with no plan forward. What do we do? So I started doing some research on these floor pans, and unfortunately nobody reproduces these things. You can't find a full floor pan, and the only way you can do it is if you buy a 65 or 66 Dodge, Chrysler, or Plymouth of this era in this body style, cut the floor out of it, and then weld it into the Monaco. So what ends up happening is that you buy a nicer car than what you're working on and cut everything up, and you have tons of time and hours and money into something that just really doesn't matter. I mean, the 65 Monaco is awesome. I love the car, but it's not a Barracuda. It's not a Challenger. It's not a Charger. So it's not at the top of the tier list for value. So you gotta kind of think about what you're doing here. And that's when I started talking to a good friend of mine, Austin Griggs, over at Ratty Muscle Cars. And he mentioned that the Monaco is pretty much the same wheelbase as a modern Chrysler 300. They're within a half an inch. So I started doing some digging around, doing some research and measuring. He was right. And the cool thing is too, is that the rockers are very, very close to just sliding right on like a glove. So I was like, you know what? I gotta find something to do this with. But I was really a bit nervous about doing a body swap. But I had a great friend over here, Michael Hunt, over at Treadwear Tire Stickers, and he said you can do it. And if anybody has the know-how on body swaps, it's these guys. And these two guys right here, thank y'all for the path forward and the ideas. Here's their Instagram. Go check them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Monaco?
Yes, a long time ago.
Do you remember how sad it was and how rusty it was?
It made my heart, like, cry. It was terrible.
Do you remember that we decided that it was a lost cause?
Yes, I
Well-
thought I gave up on it.
Guess what? I've got something.
Another Monaco?
No, even better.
Even better.
Even better. Go
Oh,
stand over
wow.
here. Come here.
Okay.
Over here.
What is that? What in the world is this thing?
What do you think about that?
I think it's a car.
Huh?
Monaco 2.0?
No. Chrysler 300C, which is the 2011, by the way, same wheelbase, within like a half an inch or less as the Monaco.
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is, remove everything, Chrysler off, Monaco on, body swap.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Are we certified for this?
No! But we're gonna find out anyway, right? Look at this. Check it out. You gotta see how cool this thing is. I got a deal. This thing's got 76,000 miles on it. $3,000.
No way.
3.
That's nice.
Isn't it though?
Very nice.
We've got AC, we've got heated seats, cooled seats, the cup holders, heated and cooled.
What? I've never even heard of that.
For whatever reason. And the best part about it,
Oh! We got a Hemi.
big ol' honking Hemi. So it's a 5.7, 76,000 miles on the whole car. It runs, it drives, it stops, and it's a really solid car. So it's a good donor for exactly what we're planning on doing with it. Cut all the Chrysler off of it, you know, just kind of scrape it all off. I mean, it's not a bad car. It really is. It was a daily driver for somebody, and they were using it, and then they just didn't, you know.
Wait. You didn't tell me.
Well,
You didn't say anything.
So that's why it was a good price.
You liar.
As you can already tell,
Oh my gosh.
it got crunched pretty good. So the story went, he was sitting at a stoplight, had a guy just blow right through it and rear-ended him, wasn't paying attention. He kind of shoved a lot of stuff up in here. It didn't hurt the rear suspension. This caliper, I think, is a little bit wonky. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're gonna cut it all off. It's here, it's a donor car, and it should hopefully do the thing. So first things first, we have to gut this car completely.
Let's get to it.
You
I'm
think-
excited.
You like this?
Oh, yeah.
Is it worth it?
Anything with a Hemi's fun.
All black interior.
Wow.
Look at that. Isn't that nice? Creature comforts?
I think we're on to something.
Well, because here's the thing. If I went and spent $3,000 on that Monaco, guess what? It still wouldn't run and drive. You know, because
Yeah.
it still needs an engine, it needs a transmission, it needs all the brakes done on it, it needs a fuel system, it needs a floor pan cut out of another car. We got to find another car because they don't reproduce 65 Monaco floor pans. So you got to buy a whole other car with a good floor pan, cut it out of that one, and by that point you're like, well, I'm cutting up a nicer car to make a less nicer car work. Doesn't make sense. But you know what does?
Hemi.
Hemi.
You also didn't tell me about this.
Yeah, she's bleeding a little bit. I don't know why. It's got electric power steering on it, leaking as fast as you put it in there. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Ignore all that. Ignore it. Just look at this. See it? Big letters.
I like those big letters.
I mean, we didn't have a Hemi before,
That is true.
but now we do.
We do have a Hemi.
We started off with removing everything that unbolts, and we made sure not to scratch or dent any of these nice body panels because they can be sold to make up some room on our budget. Now the interior pieces, they will be staying with the car. All the carpet, seats, dash, and center console, that's all going to be reused. That way our wiring will be a simple plug-and-play solution inside. Lay it down somewhere. Yeah. Yeah! Woohoo! That was awful. I'm dangerous now. We got all the glass out. We've got all the doors out. The biggest thing to start with as far as removing metal, get this hunk of junk roof out of our way. And as we slowly go by, we'll be able to trim. We got to pull the corners out. We got to eventually get the rockers out. But this is a large piece of the puzzle. I don't even know if this is. I don't know. Bro.
This feels wrong. Like,
I don't know if that's going. I might. Hey, you know what? No better place to start than right here.
oh my gosh.
It's like butter.
That honestly went a lot faster than I thought it was going to.
You and me both. I have mangled these teeth though.
Yeah, I bet it won't cut near as good on this side.
Probably not.
It's still pretty firm.
Yeah.
It might be dull.
Well, yeah. Not much teeth left on this thing. Dash. essentially straight pipe. I mean, it's only got catalytic converters. That's it. We'll determine how annoying it is right now.
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
No, really not. I bet it's loud when you get on it though.
Oh yeah.
That sounds good. I like that a lot.
It's not bad right now.
No.
Oh! I got sprayed.
Oh no.
Woo!
That's awesome. You imagine a Monaco sounding like that?
It'd be crazy.
Briar got all the foam out.
Not fun.
Get it out of here. So I guess what they do is they'll put all of it together and then just spray expanding foam up inside there. For why? Sound deadening? Fire suppressant? We don't know. We don't care.
That's why it's gone.
We're going for as loud as possible.
Absolutely.
So that completes the majority of this side. So I don't really know how much further I need to cut, but we have our rocker molding that we're going to be using. And then once all this is on, we can box this, plate it up, make it a little bit stronger. And then I don't really know how far I need to cut off this wheelhouse. We're going to leave it, and we'll come back and cut the rest of this back when that time comes. So now that all that's out of the way, let's go ahead and move over to the other side. But you can see how much more room we have to work with getting all this crunchy metal. Thankfully, here's the frame rail. Frame rail never got touched. So it just kind of folded up and around it. This right here, we might could straighten it out or just cut it off. We gotta repeat the process. Whole thing. Front to back, cut it all apart again. Yes. It's gonna be great. Here you go. You can have this.
Oh, sweet.
Ew. Good thing we don't need any of that. This isn't doing anything, I just like to do it. Makes me feel better.
Two rockers down.
Dang, look at all that rust.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
It's about time we brought the Monaco in here, Briar. I was not looking forward to that one.
No,
That's
it
gonna
won't be
be-
as fun.
A lot of cutting. Thought it'd be a good time for these two to finally meet. Monaco, meet your new skeleton.
Bones, yes.
We ruined a perfectly good car. And why did we put the wheels on it?
We're keeping the wheels.
We are keeping the wheels. We're going to modify it and make it even better than what it is currently. By doing so, we will have all sorts of modern amenities. But those wheels, I hate to say it for you guys, but they're staying.
Oh, hang it. No, this is rusted off.
Woo! Heavy! Well, we have all this room now to work. The main goal here, we're going to try and pull the front clip first. These fenders, they'll come out. I believe this cross piece, it'll unbolt. The core support, it should all bolt in. It's not like the later Chryslers where they had the inner fenders that were integrated into the firewall and all welded together. All this should be able to unbolt. So we got to pull all this front cap off, and when we do that, this whole front frame section is it's technically a subframe, but it's not welded into the car. It's actually bolted in. So I was wondering, how are we going to get this cross section out, since it's not a typical Chrysler cross member like the later style, but it legit bolts in back there, and I think there's maybe a spot weld or two in the torsion bar cross member. But if we unload those and then unbolt it from everywhere else, we should be able to get the whole car stripped clean of the front clip and then just roll it around on dollies. We'll get it to where we can cut the floor out when that's out of the way, and get our rear axle out of the way, trunk floor out of the way, and whatever else we need to trim, and then it's on our way to setting this thing on a Chrysler 300. There's some bolts under this cowl, and we had to cut a few of these screws out, and some of them had no head to cut into, so we just had to cut them flat. We should be able to pull this out now. Ta-da! Look at there. Where are you at, Bolt? Aha! That little sneaky boy right there was hiding. Now we can cut this off if we need to. I hope we don't have to. We might have to.
Oh no. Is it loose though?
There's like a little... Yeah, it's got like a little...
It's a square thing that's not supposed to spin, but it does. Is it still connected to like the grill?
That's what I was wondering earlier. I think it is. Because I guess...
It seems pretty stout right there.
Yeah. I'll just lay here.
I've got it too.
Oh.
I've got it. Oh!
Monaco!
He's toothless.
Hello? Big summer blowout. Oh, 7/16.
Oh my
I lied.
Ultra Spidey Wavy. 7/16.
What I'm learning is Chrysler didn't want you to pull their fenders off.
We did it anyway.
Oh, brother.
We're chilling. Ow, that is extremely hot.
There we go. Yay! Woohoo! Mulch.
It's so large.
Can you pick up on it? Yay! Yes!
Now, please save this from falling on me when I think I fall off the bolt.
I'll think about it.
Walk straight back.
Oh,
There's an impact.
I see that.
Watch out for the torch. Gracious.
There you go.
Oh, it fell.
You fell? Oh no. So we've got some 60-year-old bolts that need to be taken care of, and sometimes they just don't want to come loose. All day long we've been using Rogo's lightning bolt blaster. This stuff is serious if you got to get a bolt to come loose. I'm about to spray the torsion bar adjusting bolts. We probably don't have to do this, but it's a good idea just to loosen up the torsion bars in case you're doing anything with suspension, because if those things snap and all the pressure comes off of it, you're in for a bad time. Just spinning.
I lost the hold on it right now.
No. Vice grips, help. It's out. That's what I had to do. Ground it flat on both sides. I'm shaking. Woo! Hot. Okay. This side's ready to come out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's much better. Let me wiggle up here. Did you see it drop?
Yes, I did.
Nice. All the weight's off the bolt now. Okay. Wow, that's heavy. It's working. Awesome. And it's so much nicer than having to cut this thing apart, you know it? That would be terrible. Just a few bolts and you're removing your entire front subframe.
Get that.
Yes!
On the ground.
Sweet! Flat tires don't help very well.
I forgot we had a flat one.
Oh, that one's not even rolling.
Just slide. Look at there. Wow. Got it. The Chrysler doors are a little heavier. It had a lot more internals. That side out?
It is out. See if you can like pick it up by hand. No.
No. Can I? No, I can't.
No, still steel.
Look at that. Yeah! Okay. There we go. Forward. Trying to pick that straight up. There you go. No more glass. That did it. Guess what?
What's that?
Floors are bad. Did you know?
No, I couldn't tell.
Watch this.
Wow.
It is now a cast of the Flintstones. Well, that was a little more solid.
Yeah, and solid.
I think the floor hump is going to fall out. I'll move the whole car. Whoops.
Take it easy.
Look at that.
Oh. Oh!
Why cut your rusty floors out when you can hammer them out? Well, there gives you an idea of what we're dealing with, you know. Pretty good. You know, the rest of the car, yeah, it's salvageable.
I think so.
No more floor! Woo! Watch this tank be like perfect just because the undercoating saved it. What the heck was that? What is
Oh,
falling?
it's rocks falling out.
Oh.
I think it's loose now. Oh, it's still got gas in it too.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's not rusty on the bottom, but the top, that's a different story. There you go.
Well, you're gonna take it. Watch your feet. Oh, it's barely hanging on up there.
No! Yeah!
Wow.
Here you go, sir. Frame rail for you.
I've been looking for that. Come here, you. How about that? Whoa.
You ordered a frame rail?
Yay!
2-day shipping.
Oh, dang it.
We went and smoothed out some of the rockers. I trimmed out the wheel wells. All that's cleaned up. You can see the rockers are completely smooth. There's no more mounting on it. And the last thing I did was trim out some of the firewall. So you haven't missed much. It's more of just like trimming what's already been cut. But look at this. That's how little the car weighs. We were trying to jack the front end up so that way we could slide the jack stands out and put these dollies under it, but then the car wouldn't do anything. So that's where we're at right now. There we go.
The lightest 65 Monaco in the world.
Race car, that's what that means. Look at that. That's how much you get to cut out to make a body swap happen.
We're not even done yet.
No, not even close.
My side's off. I don't know, but I think it's rolling a little bit.
Here, take that side out.
This side's off.
Just that. I think.
Yeah, it's got to flex a little bit too.
She's mobile. Oh, I can move it. That's so cool. Trying to get as centered as we can.
Here's the plan. Get off your phone, boy. Everybody says you need a 2-post lift to do body swaps. I disagree. Wildfire lift, they make a good lift. And we've done this before multiple times. So we have 2 straps in the back. One is actually pulling, one is a safety. We've got one in the front because there's more weight back here. And we thought if we put them both in the roof, then this thing's just gonna flop. So we've got this one here, this one acting as a safety just in case something happens to this one. We should have enough strength in the rockers and built into the roof and firewall left to where when we lift the car, it's not gonna flex. So I guess give her a rip, Briar, see what happens. Oh, look at that. Like butter. Easy. Look at that. No flexing whatsoever. Right. Just what we want to see. To get the car low enough, we put the front on dollies and the rear on a jack. We're gonna try and push it in now, see what happens. We're so close, but the problem that we're running into now is that clearing the fender structure is running into our rockers. And it's so close, but since there's just a slight bit of elevation here, that's never gonna clear. And we're getting close to the top of the roof. So what we're thinking about doing, since the firewall has so much more room, we'll drop the car down and just do a 180, flip it around the other way, flip the Chrysler around the other way, and back it in versus trying to wedge it up in there in a place that it can't fit. It just stinks that we have to start over.
It's better now than later.
Right? Sliding. It's trying to.
It's so freaking close. Oh my god. I trimmed out this little lip right here and hopefully that'll be enough room to slide it back some more. Oh, we're going. I think that'll do it. Now what? clearing. It's just barely rubbing it. All right. Now it's the wheel lip on the other side. Pushing the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do this because even once we get here, I got the wheel well that's out, which hopefully by then we can pick up the rear end and maybe drop the front some. We need like a ratchet strap to the floor, pulling it or something. It's just barely skirting by. I mean, it's going, it's just inch by inch at this point. We set up a ratchet strap right here, and we just basically ran out of steam trying to push the car, and I was pulling, Briar was pushing, and it's just like the perfect size. It will go, we just couldn't get it to do anything else. So we're gonna use this ratchet strap. Watch this. It's working. I need to wiggle the car. Oh, here we go. She likes that. Oh yeah.
Pulling the Monaco forward, not the Rossi back.
Okay. Stand on the car. We're getting close. Cross removing.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
My wiper arms.
Oh no.
They're naked.
In the pile.
So when doing research on this, you hear everyone say that you'll raise and lower the car a million times before you get it done. I don't think they were exaggerating on that number. This was just a couple hours from one day. And I promise you, we felt like we raised and lowered this car just countless times. We did this for an entire week of lifting, trimming a small section, lowering the car down a little bit further each time, and then repeating the process all over again. Then finally, you can start to see that both cars become one.
Wow. After many, many days of lifting, trimming, dropping, lifting, trimming, dropping, all of it, we think we're pretty close to where we want this thing to land. Come a little closer and check it out. So we ended up having to trim a lot out of the cowl. The thing that's awesome right now is that if you look where we have this thing landing, which is a little high for what I would want, but it's working. Look at how this just butts up perfectly. Which we might could drop it down just a hair, but this right here, we can structure that and shape it up, weld it in, and I still get to retain factory hood hinges. We'll have to get some kind of support, and like, look at this. I had to cut this out completely. Hardly anything left. There's probably a good 3-inch gap that I have that I could still cut out. We test fit this fender right here, just laid it up here. For me, it's a little high, so we still have some rocker down here that we would have to work with, but I think this car just naturally kind of fit together. Look at how this lines up. So we ended up just cutting the back half of the trunk right here to where it would actually fit the shape, which I'll have to go back and, kind of fill it in the gaps a little bit. But look at how the wheel tubs, they line up perfectly. I kept trimming and fitting until they lined up. If I go any lower, I'm gonna have to start cutting the tops of the wheel tubs on the Chrysler so that it will fit. And that's the problem we're running into, just so that this car can sit a little bit lower on the body. There are no longer any straps holding the car. The Monaco is resting on the Chrysler right now because it just lined up perfectly. So this is what a week's worth of trimming and cutting and doing a little bit at a time adds up to where you have everything. It's like, hey, just weld it in and you're done. How's the wheel lip?
Let's see. Oh, I can fit my whole hand in here.
Sweet.
Plus some. Is that it? Oh, we're clear.
That's it.
Give her a feel. See what you think.
Oh, that's plenty of room. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
That's impressive. It's still sitting high.
yes.
Definitely sitting high. We can work with that though.
Looks a little bent in the front, but
Well, yeah, trim's not helping any of it.
no.
The problem is that the Chrysler has such a thick rocker compared to the Monaco, and everything is sat lower in the car. So to be comfortable and to be normal, you just run in a room.
Hey. It's doing it! I like it a lot.
Hemi swap Monaco.
Woo! What do you think? Yep. That's what I thought too. Looks good with that fender on there.
That was a lot of work. Man. Like, look at this.
That's just the Chrysler pile.
This is one of the Chrysler piles. There's another Monaco pile. There's all a bunch of Monaco parts and Chrysler parts. We did it though. It's all in there.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
We put the driver's seat in just to see what it would look like.
Look at me get out.
Oh, it's beautiful. How's the view?
It's great. Check it right out.
Oh, wow. That's about my eye That's pretty good. Got the nice view of the steering wheel and all the gauges and stuff. Got a radio, everything.
As we mentioned, the car was still sitting very high. We were aiming for at least another 3-inch drop to get it sitting in line with the Chrysler rockers. But when you get past a certain point though, every little bit of drop takes so much time. We spent another 8 to 10 hours getting the car to come down just a little bit further. But the result was well worth it when our pinch welds lined up perfectly. Well, we weren't really happy with how that last little iteration looked. It was still sitting just a bit too high, so we did all sorts of work to this thing, and we dropped it 3 more inches, which was very hard to do. It took an entire day of just cutting, trimming, lifting, and dropping, as you saw. But now we're gonna pull it out. We've got both fenders just kind of hanging out right now, and we wanna see what does it look like 3 inches lower. That looks so much better. That was worth the extra day because now you don't even see the rocker hardly. We've got about 1 inch between the pinch weld from the Monaco to the Chrysler. Check this out. These pinch welds line up perfectly. Used to, it was, again, 3 inches taller, so you kind of had to fall down into the car, but now these are lined up and we can run some kind of tubing in a cap there and it'll look nice. So there you go. But it's tuck and tire now. It's still tall enough that it's not going to ride like garbage. You still got some good ground clearance, but right now it looks like we took Chrysler 300 wheels and put them on a 65 Monaco. You won't really know anything until you look inside or under the hood. That's what we like. You can see how close these wheel tubs got. But then I was able to trim this trunk support here, this trunk support, and I'll be able to tie that into this factory wheel tub. And our wheel tubs are close. I mean, yes, I'm gonna have to bridge the gap in some places, but it's very close and it'll be usable. And I'll be able to tie it into our outer extensions. You can see this is the wreck side. I still need to straighten out this wheel tub, but it's close. Again, look at how tight that is. And this trunk support, because it's got this big thing up here for some reason, I'll have to bend that down and make it work, but I'll be able to tie this back in, you know, straighten it out, build like a piece of angle or something. But I wanted to show you how kind of close we got and how it all kind of fits together. So again, here's up inside. The wheel tub is all in the factory location for this car. And I mean, it is just touching where the factory Monaco wheel tub was. And it honestly lines up very nicely. If I wanted to go up any higher, I'd have to start cutting a lot of wheel tub out of both cars. And I didn't want to do that. But the cool thing is that we'll be able to mount our factory Chrysler seats back in the same location for the back. You can see right there, that's where it bolts there. We're gonna have to build a bracket of sorts to have the top latch go in. There's our anchors for car seats. Easy stuff. We'll have to add in some seat belts somewhere. I don't really have any issues with that or any kind of worry. All the glass is still intact. You can still roll the windows down. I'm excited, and you still have trunk space. All that's gonna be strong when we tie it together. And you can still see there's a gap here. I was thinking about like some round tubing, so that's a nice rounded edge. Or if I want to, I might even do some square tubing if it'll fit up in there. Just depends on what the need is, but we'll cap all this off, put a little bit of sheet metal there just to hide it, make it look nice. Remember earlier when we saw that gap? This was right here, touching this on both sides. That's how much we dropped it. That's crazy. But then on top of that, to make that work, I had to cut all of this out. And I still have to take the body back off and cut this. So I'm gonna trim all this back down so that our wiper arms can actually fit up under there. But before it had like this piece of metal that kind of rounded over, all that had to be taken out. And then the dash trimmed back. So once the dash is in, and like, you know, we're gonna have to trim it back to kind of fit the shape of the windshield because it's a little too far up. We'll cut this back, get it nice and level, and then build some kind of piece to, you know, basically cover all this. We're gonna take the rest of this pillar out, cover all that. You know, it's really not far. It's not far from being just awesome. I'm really excited about it. But, you know, it's just a lot of trimming, a lot of cutting, a lot of fitting. But getting the two together, that's the big ticket item to make this body swap happen.
we wanted to get it out and clean the wheels up just so we can kind of get a really good idea of what it's gonna look like for the most part. That's awesome. The stance, perfect. God, that looks good. And it's still pretty fairly stock appearing on the outside. That's gonna be so cool. I love that. So I know that this wheel and tire setup is probably going to be the most controversial part. Take away the fact we cut apart two perfectly good cars. It's just the fact that I have 20s on an old car. Let me just go ahead and tell you, I like it. My wife likes them, so I really have to keep them. So, sorry guys. That's just how it is. But I think it kind of gives it a little bit of a sporty look. I mean, I don't really want to put 15s on this thing. The minimum I would go is probably an 18, if I did put any other wheels on it. But genuinely, I like these, and what I'll probably end up doing, we might scuff them and repaint them, and then get some Dodge center caps. I mean, the car doesn't have to sit up super high in order for them to clear. Pretty stock, they have good turning radius, and they're factory. And I already have them, so I don't have to buy any more. There it is. We got the wheels cleaned off, and they're actually like a charcoal. I didn't realize this. I thought they were black the whole time, but they've got a little charcoal metallic to them. But you can see, I mean, this thing, it came alive. Just cleaning it up, getting it out here, doing that extra bit of lowering. I mean, the car just looks so good. The stance, perfect. The main thing now, I wanted to show you guys that it's possible to do all this. And, we really didn't spend a whole lot of money making it happen. But we've got the car sitting where we want it to. Again, these pinch welds, all that's lined up. We've got interior to kind of fix. We've got to tie these two together with the rockers. We still have to get these hood hinges to where they can drop down, so we have to clearance out right here. And obviously get all the body panels back on, glass on. We have to trim the dash a little bit more. And I think we got to tie the package tray back together, because you can see how much I had to cut. I still need to trim this out the rest of the way so that they can meet. Back here, we're going to tie the trunk floor together. You can see just how much we had to do when we first started, or when we had the car up 3 inches higher. These were meeting. Like, that was going to be the perfect weld right there. So you can see how much lower this car needs to sit versus the Chrysler. So the wheel tubs are pretty close. They're not touching on the top, but on the side, on the front and rear, they're pretty close to touching. Our trunk supports are going to work. Those lined up pretty nicely. And we'll still have a spare tire well, so that's good. I mean, we're going to tie the rear end of the frame rails in the back. You can see where the frame rail is on the Chrysler. So we've got to modify it somehow, but we're going to make it work, get the glass back in. But this is just part one again, so we've got plenty of work left to do, but at least the vision is there. We can now see these two cars put together, sitting as one. What's the verdict?
That took a while.
It did take a while. That was a long couple weeks, wasn't it?
Very, very long. A lot of sweeping, too.
Yes, it was. I mean, we ended up with quite a lot of metal that we had to sweep out. What did we have? About 1,000 pounds worth of scrap?
Yeah.
But, I mean, part of that was some roofing tins. So it probably was, I'd say 600 to 700 pounds of metal that we took out of both cars to make it work. I mean, so it's pretty impressive how much we had to do to make this happen. But now we've got air conditioning. We've got nice seats. We've got heat. We have leather. We have all the stuff that you would need to make a car function and be good. And I'm excited for it. So how much did we spend so far? The Chrysler was $3,000, like we mentioned at the beginning of the video. The Monaco was $600 way back when I bought it a few years ago. So total, we spent $3,600. But we sold a lot of stuff. Now, the Monaco had a bunch of great parts, like the seat, the center console. There's a ton of great parts that came off of it, and I didn't throw any of it away that I thought was useful. A friend of mine bought all that for $1,000. So that puts our cost at $2,600. Then, the Chrysler had a ton of great body parts. I sold the front bumper and the roof section so far. I have all the doors left, I still have the hood, and a couple odds and ends that we're still trying to sell. So if you need anything else, let me know. But I've made $500 back so far. That puts our total input cost at $2,100. Then I took all the scrap metal and got rid of it. And I got right around $100 for all the scrap. And that gets our total input cost at $2,000 right now.
So I think there's more to make, but I'm gonna be fair and say it's $2,000 at this point. Now go ahead and see if you can do a Gen 3 Hemi swap for cheaper than that and still have overdrive, AC, heat, really nice interior. I mean, it's just a no-brainer at this point.
See if my wheel's clear.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot of weight on it now.
How was the first drive?
Awesome. Visibility's great. Getting in and out of it, you got plenty of room.
I wonder why.
Maybe we're just good at what we do. I don't know, bro. Hey, you got plenty of tires.
Oh yeah, it didn't even think about rubbing.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
That's a car if I've ever seen one.
That is certainly a car.
Don't stick it.
We gotta rev it.
That sounds good.
That does sound good. How many 65 Monacos do you know around here that sound like that?
Not many.
That many. Well, that many now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Monaco Build Series Part 1. Again, we've only got about $2,000 in the swap as it is, but make sure you wait for Part 2 because we have a lot more left in store. But this car runs and drives, and it is the cheapest Hemi swap out here. I'll see you in the next one.